Field mic test. Field mic test. 1, 2. Field mic test. Thank you. All right, gentlemen, welcome. Sabres, you're the home team. Black Tide, you're the visitors. You'll call it. That's heads. That's tails. That's tails. That's heads. What's the call?
Heads, sir.
It is heads. You get to choose to kick or receive. You can choose an end of the field to defend, or you can defer your choice to the second half. Black Tide has won and deferred. Sabres, you want the ball. Which way do you want to kick?
That way.
Tide over there. Sabres right here. Black Tide won, deferred. Sabres will receive. All right, let's shake hands one more time and let's play.
Fans of the Idaho Contact Football League, welcome back to our second matchup of the day, the game of the week, the Black Tide and the Sabres. These two teams have had quite a history of rivalry. The Sabres have always chased after a win over the Tide. The Tide have been able to hold them off so far. However, today will tell if that record continues. Tide kicking off, Cameron Church ready to kick. A little bit of a windy day here today. We'll see if Cameron Church actually needs to have somebody come up and hold that ball, or if he can get this kickoff off himself.
Okay, still get the 12th man placeholder right there.
Church's kick is up. It is deep. Will be fielded and then dropped. Tide closing in. RJ Williams over to the right-hand side. Knocked out of bounds near the 25-yard line. Sabres offense will take over
at the 25. Good return for RJ there. I mean, even after the bounce,
So the Sabres so far have had an interesting season. Have a season opener against the Matadors. They lost 40-0. Come back, lose against the Alphas by 1 point over in Eastern Idaho. Come back, play the Griffins, put up a lot of points in that game, and here they are against the Tide to prove
the Tide, who've only scored once, really,
yeah,
per game.
And the Tide collectively, I mean, their games have been decided every single game by 6 points or less.
Handoff, and that'll be good for 7 there. Getting to 7, second down. Number 2, Emmett Johnson in as QB.
Number 43, I think that's that Darian Carrier?
Yeah, it is.
Darian Carrier for the Sabres, 43 on the carry. Previous Aztec player and league veteran.
Johnson takes a snap, fires to the outside, and he has him. And they will go out of bounds.
Numbers 11, Robert Jacchio.
Good for a deep ball, place him at the 40, first down.
Antonio Sandoval on the tackle. Just some broken coverage there for the Black Tide.
And that is number 9, Brig Johnson of the Sabres.
And if you're gonna, if there's any player that you probably don't want to give just an open free rein to, or lose a defensive position on, Brig Johnson's going to be one of them.
Yeah, he's a big dude. With a handoff here. The ball comes loose.
Ball stripped by number 7, Jamin Burris, who's up the sideline
Big man stops.
all the way to the 45-yard line of the Sabres. What a turnover.
They strip and they will switch sides. Tide will take over.
Jamin Burris for the Black Tide, typically playing in the running back position, going in on defense as the Tide has some low numbers today, proving his value right out of the gate.
I think that tackle was by number 3, Benny Miller.
Shout out to Benny Miller, who handles a ton of marketing elements for the ICFL.
He has done the graphic that you guys are looking at right now.
Black Tide offense has struggled to put points on the board, especially through the air. Their run game has been decent. I know the Tide looking to execute today and finally put more than just 6 points on the board.
Trying to
6
get
to
their snaps
13
under
points.
control, get their O-line together.
Good snap, run to the outside. Robert Jacchio on the carry, good for about 4.
That'll be good for 4 and bring up second down. We got Kim Felton saying, screaming, "Let's go Sabres" from Louisiana. Kevin asks if Carlin is out.
Carlin is playing, I believe. I think he was in the last series on defense.
Kim says, "Let's go number 20." She's talking about, remember we learned how to say his name right, so it's Kishin.
Kishin.
And
Yep,
Suburban
got
Trap Queen says, "Let's go Tide."
Hicks with Quincy and Jacchio in the backfield. Hand off to Jacchio up the middle. Cut down right near the 40-yard line.
That'll be good for a gain of 1. Third down.
3rd down and 5 for the Tide.
It looks like 2 of the Sabres got his legs there. Just dropped him real quick like.
Now, I think at this field position, we've got 4th down territory here for the Black Tide. You know, had a really good turnover as the Sabres were obviously marching down the field. I know they want to get some points out of this. I think they're going to take advantage of every chance they've got. Hicks, Quincy, and Jacchio, the trio in the backfield. Hicks with the snap. Stretch play over to Jacchio. Jacchio bounces outside, looking for a way back. He will not find it. A loss of just a couple on the play. We will have
Be a loss of 2. 4th down.
4th down and about 8, nearly 9
No, 4th.
for the Tide. So, decisions.
See Jacchio run to the sideline here. Looks like he's getting out of it. It looks like they're going to go for it, though.
Going for it on 4th and about 8.
Kevin says, "Thanks. I couldn't see him. Thanks for confirming." So.
Hicks with the hard count. Finally
And
gets
an
the
actual
snap. Hicks to the outside, pitches over to Quincy. Quincy will go down at the 45-yard line, and they will turn the ball over on downs.
We lost a few yards. It will switch sides. Sabres will take over.
So I don't know if the intention there was to really put down a hard count and then go on 3, or if the center just got too eager, spooked. You know, what kind of situation was going on there, but Hicks definitely seemed like he wasn't expecting that snap.
I don't think so either.
In any case, a little bit of a breather for the Black Tie defense for just a few minutes.
And their defense putting in work with that strip and recovery for the ball there. Now,
Let's see
some work.
turnover number 1 for the Black Tie defense. We'll see if they can get another.
Oh, I got whistles, flags.
Flag coming in from the back judge.
Illegal substitution. 12 players on defense. 5 yards. First down.
And we're going to have the Sabres get a free 5 yards here. The Black Tide trying to fill in as many gaps as possible with some players that are missing today. We're going to have some personnel-related penalties, I'm assuming.
Karen Mary says, "Let's go Sabres." Johnson fires deep and almost has Brig Johnson. Incomplete pass. Second down.
Antonio Sandoval on the coverage. Brig Johnson was just inches away from pulling that in.
Great defense there by Sandoval.
And that's the kind of coverage that the Black Tide needs to make sure they have throughout the rest of this game, because any chance that the Sabres see it, any kind of broken coverage is going to be taken advantage of.
Yep. But I like it. Immediately aired out deep. Back to what worked last time.
Yeah.
So. See if you can get it another time. Quick pass over here to the 13 to Colton Frost. He's going to march down the field and get some yards. That'll be good for 20 and a first down.
Tracked down by number 3 Ryan Carlin and number 22 Jeff Santos for the defense of the Tide, but not before a major gain all the way to the 26-yard line in Tide territory.
Suburban Trap Queen says yes, good job, son. Number 23 of the Tide there.
Number 23, Antonio Sandoval on the Tide, a young player, a few seasons under his belt.
Johnson takes a snap, fires over to the inside here, back to Frost, and that will be stopped. That'll be a gain of 4, though. Gain of 4, second down. James Holt, who we'll see later, says, what is this defense alignment for the Tide, I'm assuming.
Let's take a look. Yeah, the Black Tide, again, struggling with numbers today, filling in some gaps on defense. Let's see what kind of coverage they're coming out in here.
Ty Halsey says that, Brig, you got to snag that. I know you can, so let's go, boys. Run up the middle here. And it'll be a gain of 3. Run and a gain of 3, bring up third down.
You know, from the looks of it here, you know, Ryan Carlin, number 3, typical defensive end for the Black Tide. It seems like he might be currently playing linebacker instead, which I can appreciate. I mean, he's got some speed, he's got some height, so put him a little bit more into the secondary of the defense.
Emmett throws it down deep, and he has it. He dropped it. Ooh.
Another close one.
Nice.
In the neighborhood of Antonio Sandoval. That would be his second pass breakup of the day.
Incomplete pass that'll bring up fourth down.
I'm sure the Black Tide let out a loud sigh of relief after that one.
Emmett throwing it into coverage. Jacchio with the pick there.
Jacchio will make it out near the 11 sideline. Of course, Jacchio.
Interception. Tide will take over.
Needed to get back to about the 20-yard line in order to make that interception worth it. However, looks good on his stats, though.
Yeah.
Can't fault the DB for trying to get an interception to make something of it. Penalty marker on the field. Indications look like we might have a face mask. Waiting for the white hat to give us an announcement here. The officiating crew is double checking just to make sure that they've got everything squared away here.
And then we have an update to the roster here. Number 13 for the Sabres is Connor Howard. Frost is actually number 11.
So on the return, the Black Tide were able to bring that out to the 11-12.
After the interception, during the return, personal foul, face mask on the return team. We'll go half the distance from the spot of the foul. It'll be 1st and 10, tied.
So now the Black Tide 1st and 10 from inside their own 10-yard line. Hicks in the backfield with Quincy and Burris.
Deep in their own territory here. And that'll be stopped there. And I do not think that'll be a gain of anything there. We gain a 0, 2nd down.
Jamin Barris on the carry, good for about 1 yard. 2nd down and 9. Hicks, Smith, and Barris in the backfield. Hicks looking to pass.
Looking for 80. That'll be out of bounds.
80.
Incomplete pass. 3rd down.
Number 80, the intended receiver on the pass. Far out of bounds. 80 is not Orlando play. I need to get it. We should do an update on that one.
Yeah.
Number 8.
We're gonna have to do an
That's what
update
you guys
every
need to
week.
know.
All right,
Number 8.
let's see. We got for the Black Tide. Let's take a gander. Number 80. It's Jaden Fee.
Jaden Fee.
If it's not Orlando Clay, because they're both 80.
Cameron Church in motion. Hicks back to pass. Looking right.
Fake.
Balls away to no man's land.
Incomplete pass. That'll bring up 4th down. Yeah. Getting dragged up on right there, so.
And I believe the Tide is going to punt this ball away. Smartly doing so. Cameron Church with the snap. Ball's away. High punt.
Wind in his favor.
Fair caught out near the 43-yard line for the Sabres.
Sabres will take over at the 43.
So Sabres starting in Black Tide territory. So far, the Black Tide's defense have been able to keep them out of the end zone, despite the Sabres being able to march the ball down the field.
A lot of the rules in the CPSL to make them not as open-ended, because there was a few rules mixed like So what were seeing? It was weird, just weird one-off set, sports set, one of them by no reason. That and also we updated the language policy. We said this is there's kids here.
Good ball. Encroachment. Defense number 69. 5 yards. Remains 1st down.
5 yards for the Sabres. Asher says, let's go Sabres. Deep ball. Looking for Brigg. He does not have it.
Antonio Sandoval, number 23, on the coverage. For the Black
Incomplete
Tide.
pass. Gonna bring up second down. Sandoval glued to Brigg, especially after that first catch, making sure nothing goes his way.
Well, and I wonder, you know,
They open up
It
every drive
seems-
with throwing it down deep to him.
yeah, well, and it seems, you know, Antonio and Brigg were both battling it out on the far side of the field. Now Brigg back over here on the near side. Antonio still in coverage.
They said, you're going to follow him all day. We don't care what side he goes to. You're on him.
And so far, it's worked out pretty well.
Evan Johnson with another deep pass.
This one
And that'll
completed.
be caught. A deep pass to place him on the 6. First down.
On the coverage, number 40, Lucas Gottschall.
And that was number 19, Lakota Steele there with the catch. I like the strategy of air it out deep, and let's see how many yards we can get in one go.
Yeah, well,
Doesn't
and
matter
you
what
can
way.
you can see that he is just testing the defense.
Low snap, recovers well. Handoff here. And that'll be a gain of 3. Be gain of 3, second down.
You know, they're testing Briggs on one side, Brigg on the other side. You know, deep passes across the middle, deep passes, you know, to the boundary.
Gonna test all angles.
I think they, you know, they're kind of realizing, and if you look at the Tide's interior, you know, the defensive linemen, the linebackers, that is likely where they're going to have their strongest points. I think the Sabres are going to continue to poke and prod and see what options they have.
They're switching out a lot
Downfield.
of the team here real quick last minute. We're getting some fresh legs for a play. This is when I want to see the tush push, though. What they're not going to do. He keeps it, throws to the outside wide open, and misses it. Incomplete pass that'll bring up third down.
What a creative play call.
I like the play call. Evan Johnson just on the run and the throw, and just a little deep, a little outside of his target, Brigg Johnson there. So, no. Joey Driscoll, big fan of Lucas. Quick pass by Johnson to the inside here. Ooh, Lakota
Quite
jumps
the
him.
move.
Touchdown, Sabers!
Put a little move on Ethan Sauer over there, able to make it into the end zone.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Just a little step back real quick to get you in position.
Photography that's in that end zone down there. Just double check and make sure she has a media badge.
Dead ball encroachment, number 22 of the defense. Half the distance. We'll retry.
The Black Tide has struggled with penalties all throughout since the beginning of the season. Not that this seems like it's likely to be a big impact here, but it's just going to show you that the Tide is still seeming to struggle.
What are the Sabres doing? I think they're going for 2 here.
I mean, you know, you're 1.5 yards
Yeah.
from the goal line. You do have a media badge? Who's she shooting for?
Evan Johnson rolls to the outside and goes for the 2, and they do not have it. Extra points are no good.
Can you give me, what's her name?
Cody Harris says Sabres for the W. Well, they're up as of now, so we will see.
Joey Driscoll, Aztecs players, probably either on the way or about to be on the way.
Out to the Aztecs Diggers game that is taking place in the East at 6 o'clock.
If she can do that at her earliest convenience, let's get some of the other day.
Cody Harris says, come on, White, run the ball. Yeah.
Come here at quarter, let's run to the If you want to grab her a badge, I'm cool with it. Sabres able to strike somewhat early. About 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. RJ Williams set to kick off.
Not a very
Burris
kick, though.
looking,
Oh,
he will let this go out of bounds. Tide will take over at the 35-yard line.
Black Tide will take over the 35. Joey says he's leaving soon. Yeah, good luck. Be safe on that drive. It's very windy.
Illegal procedure, kick out of bounds on the kicking team. The receiving team's elected to take the ball 25 yards from the previous spot. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 35.
Joey says that he's leaving soon. It is very windy, so stay safe on the drive. So Juan Jr. says, why are you watching not playing? Talking to Robert Jacchio, who is out there right now. So Joey says, there's the commission. Everyone behave.
There's the commission. Everyone behave. Look out.
Red light.
Hicks in the backfield with Smith and Barris. Hicks on the keeper himself will make it a few yards, takes a hit out near the 42-yard line. Good for about 6 or 7.
Quarterback keep, good for 7. Bring up 2nd down.
Oh, and a flag comes out after the play.
I'm going to take a guess. It's unsportsmanlike.
I'm going to take a guess that it is indeed unsportsmanlike.
Joey says it's always windy in Twin. That is definitely true, but today will be extra windy. So just wait for that.
Dead ball after the play. We have a personal foul unrelated to the play, which is an unsportsmanlike conduct on number 12 of the offense. Go 15 yards. That's number 12's first towards 2 and disqualifying himself.
So Hicks, with his own run play, calling his own number, makes about 6-7 yards in the play. After the play, has some conduct-related problems and costs himself 15 yards back from the end of that run.
After taking a hit to the head. High snap, recovers well, and a real handoff to Barris this time. And he's going to go back, though.
Yeah, Barris able to make one man miss, but not the second.
It'll be a loss of 8. 3rd down.
Black Tide here now in quite the hole, looking at 3rd down and 20 plus.
Joey's asking if he missed something or is there a storm brewing? No, if it's windy at all in Nampa Caldwell, it is at least 40-mile-per-hour winds in Twin.
Yeah, if anything outside of Mountain Home, you're going to start feeling it.
Yeah. That's the index for how that works. Unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever the case may be.
Smith, Barris, and Hicks in the backfield. Church in motion. Hicks back to pass.
Bullet pass to the inside here, and that'll be incomplete.
Intended receiver Cameron Church,
Incomplete
number
pass.
48.
4th down. Big man number 56 on the defend there. So that is Louis Angiano. It's going to be 4th and, what does that say on the board? 4th and 27.
4th and 27.
Or
So
the
Cameron
Tide.
Church set up to punt the ball away here.
There was a bird that tried to join the Tide, but turned around and said, "Nah, I'm okay."
He's like, hey, obviously you guys need some help here.
You
Low
guys need some
numbers.
flyers. I can help you out.
I can do this.
Deep punt for Church here.
Tide looking to get set, and the snap. Ball is away.
Love the block attempt. It's going to bounce around the 47 there and picked up at the 50-ish. 49, 50, yeah.
Like we're gonna just right at the 50-yard line there.
Sabres will take over at the 50. You would think that they're IQS players, just are like, I only play, you know?
They get so eager.
You guys may be able to hear it. There's a Honda in the background with a fart can. He's revving it out to the moon. He's going 20 miles an hour. Low snap. Johnson recovers well. Steps up, throws deep, and that'll be too deep, and that'll be incomplete. Incomplete pass, bring up 2nd down. 44 seconds on this first.
You know, if I'm playing in the Tide secondary, and I've learned anything from the past few drives, is that I have to be prepared.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't.
It's going to be aired out deep over and over
Yeah.
and over again. Get your safety on lock.
Yeah, if there's a player behind me, Emmett Johnson's gonna see it, and he's gonna make me look silly.
They not have the right ball. Emmett Johnson said, "What are you doing? Team, you guys don't know nothing."
Kids that are now sitting over by the photographer. We've talked to those kids before. Yeah, they're kind of running back over to the kids, so maybe they're not. We need to check ages on those kids. Now they're going back inside.
Quick pass to the outside here to Lakota. And I think that'll get him the 1st down. That will. That'll get him in the 1st. Gain of 10. Move the chains. They are swapping balls. Huh. Interesting. So they brought out the ball last time to give it to him. He said, nah, threw it away. And
Then
then
swap
they
balls
just
anyway?
swapped the ball right now. Which, if I'm part of the team, I'm listening to whatever the quarterback has to say about what ball he wants to play. So, whatever Johnson wants. Oh, I can see him trying to air it out deep. He'll do a quick pass. And he stays in bounds. And he's got room. And he goes down.
Wow, saving tackle by Jacchio near the boundary.
Tiptoeing in bounds. And that'll give him the 1st down and place him at the 11. And that is the end.
This is the end of the first quarter.
You heard it from the ref himself. Hellraiser 2054 says Ryan play LB insane.
To give a quick shout out, of course, the Idaho Contact Football League is proudly presented by Ivy Nurse Sophia with Salt Wellness and Hydration. Level up your game day performance and your everyday performance with IV drips, peptides, and more. Stop by and find Sophia at the booth to get a personalized treatment tailored just for you. Let's get you feeling your best on and off the field. Also, Hillbilly Seasonings, Rooted straight from the hollers of Tennessee, veteran-owned and operated and made locally here in Boise. Mention the ICFL for a special buy 3 get 1 free deal and find them on Instagram at Hillbilly1990. League Blueprint, custom uniforms, apparel, and accessories for all sports, businesses, and events. Mention the ICFL and save 10% off your order. Find them at leagueblueprint.com. And of course, the Treasure Valley Sports Leagues, the best recreational adult sports league in the Valley. Find them online at tvsl.fun. If you are looking for ways to promote your business at ICFL events, we have the marketing package just for you. Reach out on Facebook, Instagram, or info at the ICFL.com to find out more.
Will you set the clock to 12? Oh, sorry. It makes it real hard, especially with some of them traveling, some of them not.
Black Tide trying to prevent another Sabres score here after a tiptoe down the sideline.
Johnson, handoff to 93 here. And that'll be good for 5. Run down the middle, good for 5. Second down.
Number 3, Ryan Carlin, and number 20, Aiden Heller on the tackle.
I don't think that was 93. I think that was 33. My eyes deceived me. That is Tony Jacobson.
Sabres have the opportunity to get a first down inside the 5. And of course, with 4th down territory here.
Rig Johnson, Jackie-O covering him. And
Benny Miller out into the flat for the touchdown for the Sabres.
touchdown, Sabres!
Nice work, Benny. You get extra love because
Look at that. You
you're
just
the marketing
secured
guy.
yourself more ICFL points, which again can be redeemed at the end of the year for absolutely something. So, oh, you know what? I know exactly what the points can be redeemed for. We have extra things that we accumulate at the end of the year.
Oh
because
yes,
we
your
do not
choice
know.
from the lost and found.
Yeah, so you get a lost and found item, or
Yeah.
there'll be a few special plaques in there that will never see daylight ever again.
Yeah, we can't vouch for whether they've been washed, cleaned, or their condition, but you can redeem them all the same.
Baby bottles, all sorts of things in there, you know? Extra point is up, and it is good. The extra point is good.
So Sabres taking the lead 13-0 over the Tide. Sabres able to accomplish most of what I imagine they're trying to do on offense here, despite the Black Tide defense coming back. Black Tide offense, however, still unable to really get things rolling, and with the assistance of some additional penalties, have not been able to convert.
Adriana Timberlake, cousins to Justin Timberlake, says, "Let's go Sabres." Kim says, "Let's go Sabres." And Adriana is happy about the extra points, so, or the touchdown
Yeah.
itself.
I mean, you know, if I was related to Justin Timberlake, I'd probably be pretty happy in general.
We hope he is doing well after his recent unfortunate events. Obviously, he's never proven guilty until, you know, he can go through the court of law, but innocent until proven guilty there. But
Jackie-O set to receive, caught near the 10-yard line, makes a move over to the left-hand side. Can he make it?
oh, we got a flag. I think a fan might have called it, actually.
So blocking the back
Flag on
out
the
near
field.
the 15-yard line. That seemed pretty obvious.
Sean Stewart says the Tide needs to bring out the diesel.
Is he talking about
16 fellas, make it an even number. We were 7.5 to start this.
Oh, Adriana says that she's related to number 88.
During the return, personal foul, illegal blindside block, number 80 of the return team. Half the distance from the spot of the foul, it'll be first down.
Which is Brandon Timberlake.
So number 80 on the black tie, Jaden Lee, with commitment of the illegal blindside block on the return. So we're going to go half the distance. Fortunately for the black tie, it was only able to bring it out near the 15-yard line. Just going to go about 7.5 yards. It will have the ball, 7.5. Hicks with Smith and Barris in the backfield. Hicks takes the snap, fakes the toss, give to Smith up the middle.
That'll be a loss of 2 there, though. That'll be a loss of 2. Second down.
Second down and about 12 for the Tide. Ball on the 5-yard line. Hicks back to pass, looking left.
Bullet
As an
pass
open
right
receiver. Enough for the first down and just a couple more.
Good for the first down. I think he's brought down there by number, what are you, 35? I think that's 35. Ooh, no, Jamie's.
Pass completed to number 80, Jaden Lee of the Tide.
Yeah, quick with it, so.
Making, paying his dues on that previous penalty that he committed.
Eli says, go Sabres. Kim says, sounds windy there. It is windy.
Yeah, Kim, you would be correct.
Yeah, I think it's probably 15-ish, something like that. Over 10, maybe 20, yeah. So we're
Fresh
ready
set
to
of
all
downs for the
after
Tide.
after last week, by the way. So
Smith in motion. Give to Burris up the middle. Burris
we'll be dragged
able
down.
to weave his way. Maybe a gain of 1.
That'll be a gain of nada. And flags on the field.
After the play, extracurriculars. Let's see which team is guilty this time around. The fantastic officiating crew that we have today having a conversation, making sure they get this right as they always do.
Yeah, it's always better when you see them coming together to ask questions of one another to figure it out that way.
Yeah.
Because we don't want them just doing whatever if they can't see something
Right,
that
I
the
mean-
other one saw, you know?
No, we got a few minutes. Let's talk about this. Make sure we get this right.
Because once they call it, they don't want to go back on it. They want to get it right the first time. So, and as you guys know, our refs are going to the NFL next year. So,
Obviously.
we do have really good refs that, or you'll see occasionally will actually be gone because they're doing some college. Or
There are 2 penalties on the play. Both personal fouls, unnecessary roughness. Number 14 of the defense, number 99 of the offense. Those offset. Those were both dead ball fouls, so the down counts. It'll be second down.
So offsetting unnecessary roughness penalties, both teams. We will have second down and 9 for the Tide.
69 for the Tide is a huge dude.
He is a big boy.
Playing right there.
Hicks in the backfield with Barris. 2 receivers either side. Hicks. Give to Barris up the middle. Barris good for a few.
That'll be good for 2 yards. Third down. Flag on the field.
Another flag, and we will
I think this is the
keep you updated. Cedric, maybe that's the game we should play. Instead of Jeopardy, it's name that penalty.
We do have someone that would be cheating up here.
And additional flag now coming in. So we have a previous flag. I think we're going to end up having an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Black Tide. And then an additional flag that came in from the sideline.
There's 2 penalties on the play. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting, number 7 of the offense. We'll go back 15 yards from the end of the play, and that's his first unsportsmanlike conduct, towards 2 for disqualification. The second penalty is a sideline warning for the Sabres.
So unfortunately for the Tide, we have a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. And the penalty marker that you saw later on was for a sideline warning for the Sabres. That first penalty marker does come out, but no yardage as a result. Next time around, then, they won't be as lucky.
Yep, they will get the flag, so.
So now, again, the Tide in a situation where those 15 yards are continuing to put them at a 3rd and long.
3rd and real long.
Hicks back to pass, looking middle, has a receiver.
Jackia with the jumping
with the
catch.
He's going to be just short the first down.
I love the movement, but that'll be good for 12. They'll bring up 4th down. I wonder where the taunting calls came from.
So 4th down and about
They're
2.
going for it. Let's see if they can show some discipline and get a hard count
Going
here.
quick. Timeout on the
timeout
field.
on the Sabres.
Timeout. Sabres. First to the first half.
Kim says, dang the flags. Yeah, then don't get a bunch of flags. Adrian says, Sabres. And then Suburban Tribe Queen says, I think you guys were comedians in another life. Man, this is no joke. The only jokes out here is all the flags we're getting on the field. So.
There you go.
All right, well, this is good to get the Tide together and get the Sabres together and be like, hey, stop getting penalties.
Listen, I don't know if you guys know this, but those flags, those yellow flags, are bad. They're things you're not supposed to do.
They're teams that they're supposed to be for the other team to get, not for you.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if there's ever been a game in the ICFL that we've gone without a single flag the whole game.
Actually, Gary clarifies here. Yeah, single flag, no. UCs, yes, we've avoided those.
We've had several of those, which is always welcome.
There's been a few games where I think we've had what I will call minimal, like less than 10, maybe even less than 5. You know, it's like you get procedural penalties, nothing else on top of that.
Yeah, like a false start or something like them.
There's a false start somewhere here, but
all right, now let's see the hard count. Karen says, let's go Jays.
can they do the hard count? Will they do the hard count? Hicks in the backfield with Smith and Barris. Double tight ends. Quincy Smith.
Fell over.
Ball start.
We'll start. Number 9 of the offense, 5 yards. Remains 4th down.
You know, and this is one of those situations where if you're in the backfield and you're a running back, if you feel yourself going to take that step, just go in motion.
Yeah.
Just go anywhere. Doesn't matter. But as soon as you stop and give yourself up and somebody can see, okay, yeah, he thought he was going.
Did something.
Then all bets are off.
My favorite is just the pointing across the way.
Yeah, like we didn't all see it.
Yeah.
Cameron Church back for the punt. Ball is away.
Punts it
Will
low.
be fielded at the 50. We'll have room to move to the 45, to the 40.
Jace Mann on the recovery there. Go out of bounds, and that places him at the 36. Sabres will take over at the 36.
36 indeed. So the story for the Tide here is the penalties are just costing them nearly every opportunity that they're working for. The Black Tide might not have an offensive drive yet without a penalty.
Also, you guys are always getting the same penalties. I want to see some unique ones I've never seen before. Emmett Johnson,
Oh,
out deep.
little bit
That's
of
offensive
pass
PI.
interference.
Yeah. Flag on the field. Yeah, that is very clearly a shove.
Pass interference on the offense, number 9. 15 yards from the previous spot.
You know, I
Remains
will
for
say,
down.
in situations, especially when we have offensive, defensive penalties, especially for the defense, that it's not a spot foul, right? We've got 15 yards, a maximum penalty on an OPI DPI situation. What he just did was, I think, preventing an interception, because that DB was tracking the ball well. I think it would have been intercepted. It might have even taken him into the end zone. They come out to the 20. So, yeah, they are first down and a ways, but they're still on offense, and it's still first down.
No. I just wouldn't have tried to make it so blatant. Okay?
Yeah.
Because he just shoved up with everything he had.
Yeah, first and 25, not so much, but hey, if you're going to commit it and make sure it doesn't happen.
Johnson fires to the outside here, has Connor Howard. And that'll be good for a gain of 9 there. That'll be gain of 9. Second down. Suburban Trap Queen says flags on flags on flags. As my dad would say, it looks like June 14th, which is canonically Flag Day. So I think we actually play football that day. So, or maybe it's the 13th.
It's the 13th. Yeah, June 14th this year is the Sunday. So we'll have the championship game.
We'll
on
do
June
it.
13th.
Yeah. We'll do
And hopefully it won't be like Flag Day.
Yep. We're also hoping it's not 100 degrees outside. Because June's so hit or miss with the weather.
It's 2 on the box. It's 2.
Low snap, recovers well. Steps up, fires to the inside, and that'll be incomplete. An incomplete pass that'll bring up third down.
Number 11, the intended receiver for the Sabres. Jamin Barris, the typical running back for the Black Tide, playing corner.
There you go.
Today. Third down and long for the Sabres. I imagine fourth down territory for them, though.
Fires over the middle. Intercepted. And he will be stopped there.
Intercepted by number 30, Ethan
Interception.
Sauer.
Black Tide will take over. Just happened to jump through a intended receiver there.
Ethan, veteran in the league, very high football IQ, makes a phenomenal play, exactly the kind of play that the Tide needs at this point of the game.
Tide's defense has been putting in a lot of work here for them as well. And let's see if the offense can get something started without a penalty. Especially when you're making progress, but it's immediately being thrown 30 yards back, and the whole time you've had the possession of the ball.
I think that really is the name of the game here for the Black Tide offense. Can you have a drive without a penalty? Hicks takes a snap, give to Barris. Barris to the left-hand side. Can he get a block? He can make it a few yards out of bounds.
I'll be gaining a few yards and bring up second down.
You know, fortunately for the Tide, Barris, very quick in the backfield, very quickly can get out to the into the outside of the flats and
That's even
Makes
as he
yards.
bumps back to try to take
Yeah.
the outside lane there. So, and like we've talked about before in the past, these two teams have a lot of history of trash talking each other for fun. So,
Yeah,
and they love it.
these two teams live for this kind of game.
There's a few serial abusers on one side or the other, but
Smith in motion. Hicks with the snap.
keeps it.
Pass out to Smith. Smith on the run into the middle of the
Has a
field. Has
first.
enough for a first down.
Gain of 7. That'll be a first down.
It's just been like a night and day difference. I was not going to say anything over the air until at least the half, so.
The crew here has just mentioned that the snapping game for the Black Tide has been significantly improved. We're about to find out how much power me and Cedric have
Yeah.
over this game.
Unfortunately, we're like genies.
Yeah, it's the opposite of a genie. If you tell us something and we mention it, it all goes wrong. False start on the Tide.
And we talked about them. Penalties.
We're waiting on the announcement from the White Hat here. A little bit of a discussion, just to be sure.
Bradley McClure says, "Let's go, Jared."
End of the line can, as long as they're not, it's not a false start. Even if he's covered by the receiver? And if he's covered, then he puts his hand down, then he's got to stay there. All right, David's right.
Dead ball, full start. Number 99 of the offense put his hand on the ground, raised it, and he was covered. 5 yards.
So if you're listening in
Still first down.
and wondering for some clarification on that play, if you're on the end of the line and you are covered up, you put your hand down, which you don't have to do as that type of lineman, but if you do put your hand down and you are covered, that has to stay down. If it comes back up, it's a false start.
First and 15 here.
Hicks takes a snap, looking to pass, looking left, ball in the air, has an open receiver,
Jackio,
and a catch
catches
by
it.
Jackio
Ball
out near
comes
the
out, but he's
30-yard
gonna be
line.
down.
Wow, in double coverage,
ball,
Jackio
placement at the
able to get
31.
hands
First
on
down.
that pass.
I don't know how he did. He just right at the last minute turned back in.
It almost
that catch.
it almost was borderline DPI, the way that he had to work back through the defender, but Jackio able to bring that ball in and move the chains in a significant way.
Especially on the
Tide.
double coverage right there. Very close.
Tied in enemy territory for the second time so far this game.
Alright. You want to take a bet on if Jackio's going to get a taunting call? Because I can see it happening right now. He's been working his way to it.
Hicks split backs in the backfield. Give to Smith. Smith up the middle, still moving. Good for about 5 or 6.
Be good for a gain of 6. Second down.
So Black Tide
Marching down the field.
starting to click.
Starting to see this team come together, which, if you're looking at the score, actually, this is normally the height of the teams that score against the Tide are around this position, around the 13, and then they'll have 6 or 8 or something like that. It's always been close in here because the defense has been putting in a lot of work. But their offense is slowly coming together, slowly working it out.
Yeah, so far, I would say that the Sabres have been the most passing, most deep down the field the Tide has faced so far. Hicks takes a snap, looking to pass to the right. Ball away, caught by number 22, which I believe is Aiden Heller.
7 and a first down.
No, number 22, Austin Whiting. So first down and 10 inside the red zone for the Black Tide. Hicks give to Barris up the middle. Barris met near the line of scrimmage. Might be good for a yard or two.
Good for one. That'll bring up second down. Big stop there by, I think that's 98. Maybe that's 88. I think that's Brandon Timberlake there. So Isaiah Bell's Sabres get all the trash talk to them simply because how they came out in the league a few years back and then just took L's from the top teams. Yeah, when they made their promotional video of them breaking the Tridents when they were a brand new team, I loved it. That was one of the heights of a video that we've seen on the player page.
Cameron Church in motion. Hicks with the snap, drops it, recovers, looking to pass over the middle. Intercepted.
Interception. Sabres will take over.
Number 80, the intended receiver, Jaden Fee, unable to get in position to keep that from getting intercepted.
Number 26 on the interception, Kai Senna. The interception safety for the Sabres. Kim says, come on, Sabres, stop them. Well, they did indeed. Billy Fee says number 80 on the Black Tide is Jaden Fee, not Jaden Lee.
Did I say Jaden Lee?
No. Well, we wrote down Fee, so.
Okay.
And
Billy Fee, I apologize if I said Lee, because I do have Jaden Fee written down here.
Well, thanks for watching us from Utah, and stop with the penalties, Tide. Yeah. Deep in anti-goal, reverse goal line territory here.
The Tide looking to put some pressure on the Sabres.
Up the middle.
They might have lost a yard there.
Be a loss of 1. Second down. Trying to get dangerously close to that.
You know, the Tide, obviously wanting to put some points on the board here.
We might have to fix the clock. We gotta reset to 2.
2-minute timeout. Please reset the game clock to 2 minutes.
So the Black Tide, obviously they were so close. Well, I'd say so close. As close as they've been so far to getting some points. They throw an interception. All of a sudden, their opportunity to get points is gone. But they're inside the 5. Can the defense get a safety instead?
Black Tide shine, right? This is the way they put points on.
This is classic Black Tide football. In fact, I don't know. We'll have to go back and look at what the previous years have been, but there's always been a margin of probably at least, 20 plus defensive points a season, at least, for the Black Tide. And safeties and pick sixes and
I think there was one time
fumble recoveries.
Safeties, I think, against the Warhawks. So I think that was last year. Maybe it was the Warhawks on the Guardians. I can't remember exactly.
And I think
you watch these games all day, and we watch 100 of them by the end of the season.
They all kind of merge together. In the not the championship, in the postseason, the first round for the playoffs, it was the Tide and the Alphas, and I think the Tide scored a safety in that game. So 2 minutes.
Also, didn't see him air it down deep for the first drive. Very peculiar.
Yeah. Sabres looking for some breathing room here. Tide looking to stuff them in the end zone.
87 handoff here. And I don't think that's going to be a gain of anything.
So they will get out to about the 3-yard line. I imagine the Black Tide's going to start using some timeouts here.
Timeout. Black Tide. First of the first half.
So here goes the Black Tide utilizing their timeouts. They've got 2 more. Sabres also with 2 timeouts, I believe. third down and about 11-ish.
Oh, 3rd and 11 here. Tide trying to get as much time on the clock and stop the ball right here. This is where they want that stop. Yeah, we need chain gang up. They're saying he's down.
Timeout. Black Tide, second of the first half.
What was the original spot at the beginning of the drive?
Fourth down. Do we have another timeout? We have a timeout from the Sabres. So we went from a timeout on the Tide
Timeout.
to a timeout on the
Sabers.
Sabres.
Second of the first half.
Billy says, thank you guys. You're doing a great job announcing. We appreciate it. He also says, let's go Tide. So
Billy, my guy. Thank you.
just trying to use as much of their timeout, especially if they're going to punt the ball away, which I would hope they would, but if they're not, would be very interesting.
You know, unless one of two things, right? If you've got some real foolproof situation,
Some Statue of Liberty play or something.
yeah, some hook and lateral, you know, like. But you know, I could see them coming out offensively, push a hard count, right? Because the Tide has a tough time with that.
Yeah.
But no, looks like we are going to have a punt from the Sabres.
And a hard count would not affect you on time-wise, too.
Jacchio back to receive over near the boundary.
Ooh, high. Ooh, recovers well. But not
Short,
that great of a
short punt. Good roll. Jacchio will go and ensure
That'll be on the 40 there.
that it doesn't get doesn't have an opportunity to pick it up. But
Black Tide will take over at the 40.
so Black Tide defense showing up after the interception, holding them inside the 5-yard line and then forcing a punt. Using their timeouts, they will have 1 minute 40 seconds to put some points on the board.
So that punt did not look great, but it actually came out pretty great for the Sabres, especially after the recovery almost going out of
Yeah, I
bounds
mean,
there.
at what,
That would've been
nearly
Tragic.
15, 20 yards worth of roll?
Which also, if technically if the Tide's going to score anyway, I would have rather them get the safety than them to march down the field and score. So
Mhm.
at that point, it's like, meh.
Yep.
Oh, we got a flag on the field. It seems
Might
as
have
off snap.
Illegal substitution on the offense. 12 players in formation. 5 yards. Remains first down.
And again, you know, dealing with penalties in their offensive drive. First down and 15.
First and 15 now on the 45. Adriana says, y'all are great. Enjoyed the game the whole time. That's great to hear. That's what we want you to do, is enjoy this lovely game. Especially if you can't be here in person.
Hicks in the backfield all by himself. 3 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Takes the snap, back to pass, looking right, fires right, batted at the line. And that would be incomplete.
Incomplete pass. That'll bring up second down. Yeah, it looks like someone got their hand right on it and ducked its way to the ground. So we're seeing him add some speed to the ball.
Yeah, he is really trying to.
The receivers
zip
have been
it in
catching
there.
it though. So
Yeah. If they can catch it, I mean,
throw
might
as
as well.
fast as you want.
Don't want to float it up there for anyone else to grab it.
Mm-hmm. Diamond right here for the Tide.
Single receiver to the left.
No
Quads.
backers.
Diamond formation to the right. Hicks looking to pass. Looks right. Fires right.
Almost intercepted there. Batted down by number 20. Incomplete pass that'll bring up third down. Number 20, Kishin Jr.
Now, the one thing that the Black Tide has to be careful about here is that so far we've got 2 incomplete pass plays, which have killed the clock both times. They've only used maybe 10 seconds.
They wasted their timeouts. Well, not
And,
wasted, but used them, you know.
Well, you know, the Sabres now might be considering using whatever they have left timeout-wise.
So Sabres, I think, have one, and I think the Tide has one left, too. So I think they're 1 for 1. Actually, the Tide might be out of timeouts now that I think about it.
They might be. So
Don't know. I guess we'll find out if they try to call one.
they've got 2 plays here to convert for a first down. If not, then the Sabres could stand to get the ball back with significant time on the board.
Motion. And I think we're going to have a flag here.
Before the snap, timeout. Black Tide. Third and final of the first half.
So there goes the Tide's final timeout. Third down and long here. Want to make sure that you're getting everything right.
You know, maybe not the way they intended to use it, but now, for sure, especially if this doesn't pan out, the Sabres need to stop this clock immediately. They'll use their last time, hopefully. And then they'll get it going. I will say clock management by the Tide has seemed to get better. I'm not sure exactly who's in charge of it now, but it seems like they've clocked it in a little bit better.
Well, sometimes you watch some of these teams, and you know, especially up here in the booth where we're looking at the clock constantly.
Yeah.
It's maybe easy
We
for
get to
us
see it in
look
like
at.
4 different positions. So
Yeah, you know, we're like, okay, they're probably gonna call timeout, right? I guess not. Maybe they're not. Okay, they're just gonna let the clock run. Okay, now you call timeout. Like what?
yeah, especially if
going
you get
on?
a play or something, or you're not sure what happens, so you don't know what to call.
Yeah.
And, you know, things progress really fast on the ground. So
Well, and it's nice, you know, some of these teams have, you know, multiple coaches on the field.
Mhm.
And if one of those coaches is responsible for keeping an eye on the clock and time management, then it's a lot easier than having the OC do it or the head coach do it. Hicks in the backfield, bunch receivers set on either side. Hicks with the snap, looking to the right-hand side, fires away deep, has a receiver. It will be caught by Jamin Barris out near the 12-yard line. Plenty for a
catch
first down.
at the 12. That'll bring him first down. And I think he was in bounds there, even though he was close to out of bounds. So they will actually start the clock here.
Indeed. With 1:20, the Tide has, I would say, plenty of time to run a play and hopefully get a pass, get out of bounds. False
Now we're gonna
start
flag
on the
here.
Tide.
Full start, number 99 in the offense. 5 yards. Remains first down.
So clock will stop for the penalty enforcement here. Sabres will have the option to run the clock or not.
The scene says, "What a grab!"
What a grab indeed. Sabres like to run the clock, and here we go. 1 minute, 9 seconds and counting. First down and 15 for the Tide inside the red zone. Hicks with the snap, back to pass, looking right, rolls
The
right.
guy over the middle. Oh,
Will keep it up the sideline, throws the ball away at the last second. Stops the clock, saves.
incomplete pass. Will bring up
position.
second down. Second and 15 here. I thought that was close. I wasn't sure if he got it out in time or if he ran out of bounds in time. So
I mean,
And-
apparently he got the pass away.
Yeah.
Smart enough to know where he was at on the field.
Mhm.
Didn't want to lose any yardage there. Second down and 15 for the Tide.
checked in with the sideline ref, and he said it's go as planned. So Sean says I need somebody to yell. He can't do that.
Barris in the backfield with Hicks. 2 receivers either side. Jacchio in motion to the left-hand side. Hicks takes a snap, rolls left.
Under
Has
pressure.
pressure, throws a ball away. They are calling it a forward pass, looking for a receiver in the area.
I don't think they have one, to be honest with you.
Might be dealing with intentional grounding here.
They're going to talk about it and see what they want.
Now, if the ball was batted, if there was contact made, then we might not have
Intentional grounding.
intentional grounding.
Yeah, because if the ball.
The ruling is that a receiver in the area. No intentional grounding.
Okay, receiver in the area it is.
Third down.
So back-to-back incomplete passes.
That was quick pressure on him, too. So I'm not sure what the Sabres did there to apply that blitz like that, but they nailed it, so.
3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Hicks by himself in the backfield. Hicks with the snap. Looks left, throws left, has a receiver. The receiver will catch it. They will go out of bounds. Short of the first down
We caught
marker.
for 12. Fourth down.
But now we have 4th down and short at the 5-yard line.
They're winding the clock.
So receiver had progress before going out of bounds. So the clock is rolling, 20 seconds and rolling for the Tide. They need to get set. Hicks in the backfield with Smith. They do not have a timeout.
And that is fourth down, and we have a flag now.
So the attempt for the first down, no good. So we're going to have a turnover on downs. I'm thinking after the play here we have unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm not sure on which
I think it might be on
team.
both, but
9 seconds to play here. Sabres will have a first down at presumably the 5-yard line.
I think
However,
one of them might have just got lucky you didn't get caught.
we might be tacking on an additional 15 yards depending on what team committed the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Ruling on the field is turnover on downs, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 12 of the defense. That's his second of the game. Number 12 has disqualified himself.
Number 12.
15 yards from the end of the play. It'll be first down. Sabres.
So in a
would be-
big curveball here, number 12 on the Black Tide is quarterback Jared Hicks, which means that he is no longer eligible for play in this game, and the Tide are now without QB1.
Nassim says not against seeing Hicks take it down the middle. That outside pressure is killing him. Well, you won't get to see it again. So he's out of here.
Tide already dealing with low numbers. Are going to have to figure out what to do without a QB1.
9 seconds on the clock. Quick pass to 13 here to Connor Howard.
Robert Jacchio on the tackle. Late out of bounds. I believe we will have an additional penalty marker come in.
Yeah, that'll be a late hit. They have second on the board as of now. Nassim says Jesus. He's clearly talking about his friend.
So the Sabres with 1 second left to go here in the first half. Penalties have riddled nearly every other play for the
For
last, I don't know how long.
Both sides, too. It's not
On
just
both
that
sides of the
side,
ball.
but
Both sides of the ball.
You've got. This is what the coaches need to do during halftime.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 11 of the defense. 15 yards from the end of the play. First down. Clock will start on the snap.
So this is what they need to talk about during the halftime, is getting those penalties under control, because that is killing them.
Absolutely. Well, and penalties so far have
Timeout.
Have
Third and final for the
almost
Sabres.
they've almost ruined every offensive opportunity you have if you're the Black Tide. Number one.
You've gotten one every time you've
Right.
been on offense.
Number two, the double unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on Jared Hicks, the quarterback, now leaves the Black Tide without a quarterback.
Well, without their main quarterback.
Yeah.
We're gonna see who they
Just
put in.
just looking at the personnel here. If we take a peek at this roster, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. I imagine you've got some athletes on the field. Obviously, Jackie-O could be it. We're going to be looking at probably a wildcat type setup for the offense, which basically just gives the Sabres defense the knowledge that you're going to be running the ball nearly every single play.
Yep.
But in any case, we will see if the Sabres attempt some type of Hail Mary, get point,
Looks like they're going
final
for it.
play.
Clock is done. Throws to the inside. Has Lakota. Lakota will go down. That will be it.
That's a half.
Sean Vanderland said, did Logan put sunscreen on? He's glowing. I think it's actually suntan lotion,
Yeah.
not sunscreen. I think he's trying not to glow as much.
Baby oil, something like that.
So, and it is halftime, ladies and gentlemen.
So before we get you guys out of here for the break, of course, just want to give a shout out to our league sponsors. The Idaho Contact Football League is proudly presented by Ivy Nurse Sophia with salt, wellness, and hydration. Level up your game day performance and your everyday performance with IV drips, peptides, and more. Stop by and find Sophia at the booth to get a personalized treatment tailored just for you. Let's get you feeling your best on and off the field. Hillbilly Seasonings, rooted straight from the hollers of Tennessee, veteran owned and operated and made locally here in Boise. Mention the ICFL for a special buy 3, get 1 free deal, and find them on Instagram at Hillbilly1990. League Blueprint, custom uniforms, apparel, and accessories for all sports, businesses, and events. Mention the ICFL and save 10% off your order. Find them at leagueblueprint.com. And the Treasure Valley Sports League is the best recreational adult sports league in the Valley. Find them online at tvsl.fun. If you are looking for ways to promote your business at ICFL events, we have the marketing package just for you. Reach out on Facebook, Instagram, or info@theicfl.com to find out more. We've got about 8 minutes, 45 seconds until the second half of the matchup between the Black Tide and the Sabres kicks off. We will see you here then.
right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. 13-0, Sabres kicking to the Tide. Kicking with the wind. Or against the wind, I mean. But
A little bit of a crazy situation towards the end of that game. But Tide here set to receive. Antonio Sandoval with the pitch back to Jacchio. Jacchio towards the outside at about the 31, 32-yard line. And a flag on the sideline. So
starting off second half, good right here.
Personal foul, number 72, late hit. 15 yards, first and 10, Black Tide.
So, of course, to keep things interesting, flag on the play for everybody. But, you know, maybe in some benefit for the Tide, which they are going to need some benefit here. I take that back. No benefit to the Tide because it was on them.
Benefit to the Sabres.
Benefit to the Sabres.
Yeah, late hit.
Oh, I thought for a second they were talking about late hit out of bounds, which didn't make a whole lot of sense anyway. So, a little bit of insult to injury here. First down and 10 from about the 18-yard line. Black Tide offense coming out without Jared Hicks.
See who they got in as quarterback.
Looks like they have number 11, Robert Jacchio, back at quarterback. Jamin Burris and Quincy Smith.
Let Jacchio just running, I guess.
Jacchio takes a hit, still on his feet. Makes it about 5 or 6 yards.
Begin at 5, bring up second down. That's
So
got the Guardian cap on.
the one good thing, if there's any good thing about running this style of offense, is that you're now putting, I mean, not that your quarterback wasn't athletic already.
Yeah, he was.
But
anytime he'd roll out.
But now your quarterback is a dedicated athlete who's, you know, typically a running back type. And then you have 2 other running backs back there who can block for him. And, you know, other than the fact that you're pretty much telling the defense, hey, I'm going to run the ball, it's just a game of can you stop the run?
And we also don't know if he can throw.
A little bit of a false start here, but do we have...
False start, offense, 5 yards, remain second down.
We do have false start, and I imagine we're going to see maybe a couple of these as the offensive line is getting used to the cadence of a new quarterback. Jacchio with Jamin and Barris.
Handoff.
Smith with the carry out near the 20-yard line.
That'll be good for 1, third down.
Officials timeout for injury.
Oh, we're getting crazy wind right now. A huge spike of wind, a burst, if you will, to, I don't know, 30, 40.
So third down and long, about third down and 8 for the Tide. Jacchio and Jamin in the backfield here.
False start here.
Number 22, Austin Whiting, a little bit of a head start.
Offense, number 22, 5 yards, remains third down.
Little mix-up of the quarterback and the cadence situation wreaking havoc on the Black Tide's opportunities here. Jacchio back to pass, looks, and fakes, will take it himself all the way out past the 20, out to the 23, 24-yard line.
We get 8, bring a 4th down.
So 4th down and about 5. The Black Tide punting squad will come on the field, try to get some good field position.
So I really did.
I think everybody thought he was going to throw it. It was a good fake.
And then he saw like the slightest chance of a lane. He was like, you know what? I will just run the ball. Punting team on here. Church in the back. Wind sort of in their favor. The wind is not blowing from one direction like it used to. It actually is coming towards the booth now.
Cameron Church fields the snap. Can he get the ball away? Fumbled and then recovered just outside the 10-yard line.
Fumble recovery. The Sabres will take over.
So rough snap for Cameron Church on that one. Little high, little slow.
For wide. Yeah.
Unable to get out of the way of the pressure. Fumbles, recovers, luckily, but not like it matters because the Sabres will take over.
Jacob Spencer says, oh no, the end of Dustin Hurst's trash talking legacy. I do not think you understand.
Yeah,
People
that
find
trash
something
talk
else.
will continue.
I will say the trash talk has been low this year compared to previous years. I think as the crew's getting older and they're talking less and less trash. We will do it on their behalf, though. Are we getting a 5? 2nd down. James says ball security. It's hard when you're trying to punt it away, though. I think that burst of wind may have tried to steal our canopy, which we have weighted down with crazy water bags.
Hey, Trish. Yes, sir. Is the canopy still alive, or is it dead?
When Johnson takes a snap. And we'll get sacked. Keep you sacked, there'll be a loss of 5, 3rd down.
Oh, yeah.
Lost one in a while. Greenleaf, remember, is like the monster killer of the canopy. Hey, you were talking about getting a new one anyway before we go on it, so. I think League's canopy. Unfortunately, we've received a huge loss as the league here. And this will be our 100th canopy we've lost in the year.
The wind takes many canopies.
Greenleaf was the worst. I think it was 3 in 1 year. Johnson snaps. Under pressure, rolls out. Throws it. And that'll be incomplete. An incomplete pass that'll bring up 4th down. Batted down by the receiver there. Wasn't quite able to bring it in. Better than potentially getting a interception there. I can't wait to see what the wind is like for the Twin game later today. I already said earlier that it was going to be volatile, but if the wind is cranking up this much here.
How great, how ironic would it be if it was just beautiful over in Twin Falls right now?
Yeah.
Just windy
I would have.
here.
I've never seen it before ever though. So.
Nope. Yeah, that's not a common occurrence.
We have mountains and things to protect us, and Twin it's flat. Johnson snaps, throws to the outside here. I think he's looking for Brigg, and he has him. Oh, not Brigg there. Touchdown, Sabres!
Antonio Sandoval on the coverage, but just can't seem to break this one up.
And that is Lakota Steele there, number 19. So.
Sabres needing their players. RJ here. Kick is up. God, he's got a leg.
Yeah, he does.
The extra point is good. All right, 20 to nada here for the Sabres.
So the Sabres able to capitalize on the not exactly blocked punt, just unsuccessful punt by the Tide. The Sabres now lead the Black Tide 20-0,
Third quarter.
which will be the largest deficit that the Black Tide have faced so far this season.
Yep.
And the most points allowed so far this season.
Logan Bowers, love to see you in here, says there's a little wind in Twin actually, but let's not jinx it. Haha, yeah. Sorry, Bowers. Tyler Williams says wind in Burley right now is 5 miles per hour. So somehow you guys have it nicer than us, and I don't believe it. I think there's a cabal conspiracy happening in the Twin team to negate the wind effects out
It's
there.
the weather control, man.
Yeah.
It's the chemtrails.
You guys don't need to lie to us, okay? We're all on your side here.
Yeah, it's Idaho. The kickoff time for the Twin Falls game is 6 p.m. That's a while from now.
Yeah, I'm
Who
going to
knows
bless you
what
guys
can
with
happen.
a tsunami, so. A landlocked tsunami. Low kick here. Bounces to Jacchio.
Jacchio scoops up the ball, makes a move out to the
Whoa.
outside. He
A
probably out of bounds right around
crazy
the
good juke there.
38-yard line.
Tide will take over at the 38. He juked Kishin there. Jacchio. Digging up turf. Tyler Williams just let it snow? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I had
Snow. Let it hail.
snow and hail and everything.
We had all sorts of stuff this week.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week for the weather. So, you know, it is. There's a lot of big upsides to living in Idaho overall. We don't really have natural disasters. We do have fires. That's pretty much it. But we don't have like earthquakes really. Like very.
Yeah, whenever we have an earthquake, it's like the sneeze
It's
of
like
all
a 1.5
earthquakes. Yeah, it's-
magnitude. Yeah. We don't have tornadoes. We don't have hurricanes, plague of locusts, nothing like that. So.
Jacchio takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Barris, goes to the right-hand side, back towards the middle, has a couple of yards.
That'll be a gain of 3, second down. And we may have a timeout for a player injury here. I think, is that number 5? Is that Logan? No, he got up, and he's going to take off here.
So second down and about 7 for the Tide and their new Wildcat-style offense.
Tyler Williams says it is Idaho. All 4 seasons in one day. I've seen it happen before. Yeah. It's definitely, this week has been a testament to every season they can throw at us, especially after our weird winter. Takes a snap, goes up the middle, and is immediately stopped here. That'll be a loss of 1. Third down. Kim says it's hot here. Kim, aren't you from Louisiana, right? Isn't that where you said you were from, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah. So I know Louisiana is humid too, where we have dry heat, so. Kim says, wait, I got 3 different times for this game. The time for the East game is at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Jackie throws high, and that'll be incomplete.
An incomplete pass that'll bring up 4th down. Tender receiver there, number 22. Fourth and long here. Let's see if they can get this punt off a little bit better. Hits the hands in the snap. He will go down. Sabres will take over at the 32.
Yeah, it hit his hands and just bounced out there, and they will be stopped down. So. Kim says on YouTube, just seeing the touchdown. Yeah, if you are on YouTube, and I think the same for Facebook, make sure that your game is live. So sometimes, like, let's say you don't necessarily have great internet connection, there's a hiccup, even on our side, let's say, or your side, it may make it to where the game starts to lag. So you'll hear us talking about it exactly the same time as the game happens, but you may just be slightly behind there. Thankfully, through this year so far, we've actually had 0% drop frames from the Columbia field, so we were doing pretty good on the internet side. So. Handoff here to the inside. And that'll be run down. And that'll be good for 6 yards there. That'll be a gain of 6. 2nd down. Oh, we got a flag on the field. Adrian says Facebook is better. YouTube is delayed. I think so. There's an overall delay for the stream. It's usually a couple seconds, like 20-ish seconds, maybe 30 seconds. You know, for the most part, we don't have any issues. I know the East stream is incredibly delayed for some reason on the YouTube side, but there's nothing we can do about that. Not like you guys are seeing anything. Facebook, from my perspective, is worse when it comes to live streaming because they don't have, they're not built to do it, whereas YouTube is very built to do live streaming. So YouTube, I think, is just a more consistent experience for like when you're chatting, when you're viewing, whatever the case may be.
After the play, flagrant unsportsmanlike conduct on number 23 of the defense. He is disqualified. 15 yards, half the distance. 1st down.
Flagrant disqualification or unsportsmanlike penalty. That means he is gone and ejected. If you get a flagrant, you don't even need the 1. You can just be sent for that by itself.
So in a world for the Black Tide when you've already dealt with, you know, personnel problems, and you've got players like Jamin Barris, who's playing corner, you know, you lose Jared Hicks, your starting quarterback. You're now losing Antonio Sandoval.
Handoff to RJ here to the outside. All right, barely gets a hand on him and brings him down. But plus a 1, bring up 2nd.
I think
a great play.
I think he might have pulled him down by his hair.
Oh, really? Ooh,
Yeah.
That would not feel good, especially with the dreads he's got going on.
Would not feel good at all. But
number 20, Aiden Heller there. Very quick to grab him, even to even have a chance on him, too, because RJ was moving quick on that. So
yeah, you know, that rule's always been kind of a controversial one. You know, if you have hair, you know, dreadlocks or whatever, that's kind of coming down, you know, outside the helmet, it counts as the part of the uniform.
Yeah. It's like if you're wearing chains.
Uh-huh.
don't wear the chains seam, but because I know you're watching. Johnson takes a snap, throws to the inside here, and I think that's Sabrig Johnson, and that will go nowhere. There's a gain of 5 though, gain of 6.
Tackle on the play
3rd down
by number 80, Jaden Fee.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's hard especially when you got dreads to hide it away, because that's where you'll see majority of the time where football players will have like real long hair that's coming out, or like
Yep.
you have something like George Kittle has long.
Yeah,
hair
or you
coming
have
out
the
of
what was it, the old Jalen Hurts? You tie the bunch back.
Yeah.
You know.
I can't remember who it was. I think it was a Seattle player lost a dread, and he just like came up to us.
Yeah, like here you go.
Yeah.
That would hurt a lot.
Yeah. Quick pass to the inside here. That is to 13 Connor Howard. And that is going to be stopped there. Going to be gaining nothing. 4th down.
So 4th down and just about 6, give or take, for the Sabres. Black Tide here trying to stop the bleeding. Got about 2 minutes, 25 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Trying to keep these Sabres from scoring and trying to get their offense back on the field.
RJ back on the field here. Yeah, I'm not one to try. I've never had dreads. I'm not. My hair is like Indian Cherokee style. And India style hair, real long, real thick.
Indian on both sides.
I'm not the guy to get dreads, but I can imagine that hurting a lot to get one of them yanked. So
Yeah.
even a bundle of them. Quick pass over here to 33. He's going to try to go up and get the 1st down, and
He will be
just
short.
He'll be just short. They will switch side. Tide will take over him. 33, Tony Jacobson on the run. A spin and tried to get an extra yard or 2 right there. You almost had it, so. Nice attempt there, and nice stop for the Tide is what they needed.
So Black Tide able to hold the Sabres at 20. Their offense comes back on the field.
Let's see what Jackie-O can do in as QB. So I saw earlier, by the way, we didn't mention it. Billy Fee mentioned that he used to coach 80 Jaden Fee and McCollum quarterback and can run an offense. So that may be something for in the future, though, because I'm pretty sure Jaden's new, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least new to what
Newer.
Actually, I think we have a new quarterback in. It looks like 72.
Oh, 22. I think that's Austin Whiting.
Is that Whiting?
Whiting, one of the receivers.
Oh, I think we're going to get a false start here.
Or a timeout.
Timeout.
Yep.
Black Tide,
So
first of the second half.
missing personnel here. In fact, that looks like it is Ethan Sauer, typically a defensive player coming in on offense to fill in some gaps.
Billy Fee has 20 laps around the field for each Black Tide penalty today. Just saying, no discipline, no offense. Yeah. Fortunately, there'll be another game after this. So if they want to take their laps, do it somewhere else. There's a track on the outside of the field, I guess. They can get their cleats off and.
Oh, that'd be rough.
Yeah, that would be brutal.
Yeah, take the cleats off and just run laps around the track.
Yeah, so what is it, a quarter mile around or 1/8 mile or something like that, right? You gotta take
Quarter
laps.
mile all the way around, 4 laps for a mile, more or less. Whiting, back to pass, looking right, ball away,
Ooh. Yeah,
nearly intercepted. Number 7, Jamin Barris, the
Incomplete
intended
pitch
receiver,
there. 2nd down.
but looks like Austin Whiting has an arm.
Yeah, he does have an arm. Jace Mann, number 1 there with the almost interception. He had it and then just dropped it. So if he would have just even maintained a little bit more contact before dropping it, he would have had that there. So, but has a cannon. So needs to get it dialed in. It looks like, but has it. So.
Yeah, well, now we've got another quarterback that can sit in the pocket and pass the ball. We'll see how accurate he turns out to be.
I know there's someone around here, or is he maybe watching now, though. Could come in and play backup.
Whiting, back to pass, looking right, ball's away.
Jackie-O, that'll be incomplete in the hands, so.
Yeah, Jackie-O,
Quick pass
a little
will
bit,
bring up 3rd down.
little bit low, but Jackie-O had to put some hands on it.
Had the defenders on him. Whiting was QB1 for the Griffins last year. Oh, that's right.
Hey, good to know.
Yeah, the Griffins notoriously did high numbers last year.
I do remember that actually now. It's been so long, and you see the quarterbacks go all over the place. And that was Austin Villalobos. Labos. Austin V making the note there.
Whiting with the snap, back to pass, looking left, ball's away left.
48.
Completes to Cameron Church. Does he have enough for a first down? He does.
Pass good for a first down.
Whiting able to complete the pass to Cameron Church for a first down.
Austin says, plus, I think he was a QB for the Savage. Might have been when last year the Savage played for the ICFL, or it could have been. No, because it couldn't have been last year because he played for the Griffins last year. Maybe 2 years ago. Seth Cross says no. Oh, come on. All right, go play for the Griffins then.
Whiting with Ethan Sauer in the backfield. Whiting back to pass. Looking left, ball's away, deep into double coverage.
Incomplete, almost intercepted. Incomplete pass, that'll bring up second down. Looking
Ball
for a flag.
intended for Jaden Fee, number 80.
Doesn't have it. I think Jaden obviously looking for that flag, but I think played decently well by the defenders there.
Yeah, I mean it
Double
takes a lot to
Right.
get a flag for DPI when you're getting double covered and both defenders are playing the ball.
And they're both on you exactly, and both actually
Yes.
playing the ball. So I understand that, but it's hard when you're double coverage and then.
Yep. Yeah, it's like getting a hold penalty on a 2-on-1 on an offensive lineman. It's 2-on-1, man. It's not going to happen. Whiting and Sauer in the backfield. Whiting with the give to Sauer up the middle. Sauer to the left-hand side has room. We'll take it out beyond the 25-yard line, about the
I'll be good for 7.
28.
Third down.
They do, but that's the league's responsibility.
Austin takes the snap. Quick pass to the outside, Jacchio. It will go down, I think.
Oh, Jacchio making
And moves
a
it
little
to-
bit of an extra effort there.
That'll be gain of inches. 4th down.
So 4th down and short. We have 4th quarter coming up
That's the end
here.
of the third quarter.
So
Fourth down here.
Whiting Two Ethan up the middle. Can he make it? I think he
And
will.
does.
Ethan Sauer
Good for
with the
4,
carry
first
and
down.
the first down. So the Black Tide here with back-to-back first down conversions. And I don't want to jinx anything. But
Don't.
I mean, yeah, right. I should just stop talking. I should just stop saying anything. But I gotta say, I mean, you go,
King of curses over
you know,
here.
Austin Whiting so far has a couple of completed passes. He's looking confident. You have a running back in the backfield who hasn't played running back for a while. Whiting back to pass, rolls right, looks right, throws. Nearly intercepted, just out of bounds.
It'll be incomplete. Second down.
But I gotta say, for the most part, he's on target.
Yeah.
We've got on target passes. He looks confident. He's getting good snaps from the center, luckily, fortunately. Running backs are able to convert, get a few yards per play.
Greg, if you could not throw into double coverage.
Yeah,
Right
so far, a lot of these deep passes have been into double coverage, so he's kind of singling out a receiver.
Yeah, he's one of my officials for things.
Whiting takes a snap, back to pass, looking left, passes left, has an open receiver. Cameron Church out into the flat. Good enough for the first down.
That'll be good for 13 and a first down. Hey, look at that. Marching down the field, no penalties. Well, maybe no penalties.
Yeah, no flags on the field.
Yeah, that was a big hit.
Yeah, a little bit of a takedown on that tackle.
Yeah, he got
But,
a side.
Officials timeout for injured player.
It's difficult when you lose all your momentum as a player because you're still in bounds, but you're not down, so the play's still live and you're still moving.
And Church is a big guy, so.
Church is a big guy.
I couldn't believe we got.
Now, importantly,
Right
I mean,
around.
Church, and here's the difficult part. Church is a crucial part of this offense. I don't think the Tide can really afford to lose anybody else, but I mean, with their luck, you never know. Maybe bringing somebody else could do him some good. Hopefully, Church gets back in here and he's healthy because he's also their kicker and punter.
Yeah.
Not like
You don't need to do that.
not like it's important at all.
Onside kick. We saw the
Yeah, just-
Griffiths do it. So.
yeah. Whiting back to pass, looking right, looking
Under
back
pressure.
left, under pressure. He
Stays
will
up,
keep
will
it,
go
will
down,
go
though.
down.
QB sack loss of 5. Second down.
That internal clock. Didn't have that much time.
You see, he gets sacked there, and he doesn't have enough time to throw the ball away, throw it to someone there. But also, we haven't seen him play quarterback yet this year, so it could be something where he's, out of practice just a little bit on some of the things that he would normally. do.
55 for the Black Tide is reported as eligible. Number 55.
Or 55 eligible.
55 eligible for the Black Tide, which is Colton Crawford. Traditionally playing a linebacker, now reporting as eligible for the Black Tide.
I'm assuming coming in for Church there.
I believe so. Whiting, bad snap off his foot, picked up by one of the running backs.
That'll be a loss of 2. Bring up third down. Fumble there, recovered by I think that was number 8.
Or is that number 6? Is that Mitch Gammon that
Is
picked up that ball?
Mitch? That's terrifying. I'd like to see him run the ball.
Me too. That'd be a good time.
I don't know why he doesn't actually.
The Black Tide did have an offensive package once upon a time with Mitch.
Like, just make him just literally, it's just do whatever.
Yeah.
Run him down the line, see what he does. I
Yeah,
bet you he
in
could
fact-
hurdle someone.
That does look like
Oh, that is Mitch.
it's Whiting in the backfield with Mitch. Whiting takes a snap,
Oh, snap.
picks it up, rolls to the right,
Throws.
and the only people in the
Incomplete
area, we have
pass.
77, but Mitch,
Fourth
number
down.
6, somewhat close to the area.
And there's the flag.
Unfortunately, just not close enough.
We don't have the alternate. There's that many blessings.
Kyle says Austin is a dog. All the faith in that dude. He's just shaking off the rust. That's from Kyle Griffin, previous Griffins player.
Intentional grounding. Number 22 of the offense. 5 yards from the spot of the foul. Loss of down. 4th down.
So 5 yards back from the spot of the foul, the down will count.
Fourth
So
and
fourth down and away.
a mile and a half.
Fourth down and near.
Fourth and 36.
Yeah, 4th and 36.
Kodat, you're gonna need your plane for this one. So
If you can punt to the line of game, it would be good shape.
yeah, and we see Church back out here though. So and the wind destroyed his punt.
Not a good bounce either.
The second it went up, the wind had it.
Oh, and a little bit of a scuffle there.
That was a net 6-yard punt.
The ball has moved a total of 6 yards forward after moving back 30.
So can the Black Tide defense once again have a stop?
He has a good snap, gets it, and then just does not punt it super well. The wind takes a hold of it too immediately, and we don't know if he's actually feeling better 100%, and that may be a side effect of that
Yeah.
as well. So
Yep.
fourth quarter, 7 minutes, 37 seconds left in this game. I remember when I'd have to tell the time every 30 seconds because we didn't have the clock on the screen. It is so nice. We got a handoff to Tony Jacobson here. And it looks like that'll be a gain of 5. That'll be a gain of 5. Second down. If you guys look to the bottom left of your screen, that bright bald spot there is Logan that Sean keeps talking about.
golden shiny.
Johnson takes a snap handoff here to Jacobson again, and he will be brought down, and that'll be gain of nothing there. That'll be a loss of millimeters. Third down. Jerry Miles says, I love watching these games. Well, we love to
you.
hear that.
We appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, great game today. Actually, for you guys that are here, the next game we have is the Warhawks and the Alphas. Alphas traveling from the Twin location where they're located at against the Warhawks. Warhawks went and played the Diggers last week and lost. Did they win? Maybe they won. I don't know. I'm going to double check the score now. Might have won. It was a 40-something to 20. Almost intercepted there, going out to Brig Johnson. Incomplete pass. It'll bring up fourth down.
pretty sure they lost. Okay, let's pull it up real quick. Yep, Diggers won 41-20. So 4th down, 4th and 5 for the Sabres here.
So black tie defense with another opportunity to come up with a stop here. Can the Sabres convert?
Quick pass to the outside.
And they will have it.
That'll be gain of 10 and a first down. And that was to number 9, Brig, there.
Are you gonna head out of here? CD just called me. I'll have, are you hanging out for the 3rd game? Do you want to? Do you want to bring me? So the cash box is probably gonna come back up. Actually, no. Cash box is getting no. Do you want to just grab the SD card?
That'll be gain of 11 there. That'll give them the first down.
Yeah, he just
A gain of 11 and a first down.
when after the game, we'll swap out this SD card to that one, and then put whatever's in the case here by the computer.
Did you figure out the SD card for the case?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, and then just grab. Yeah, he'll put the SD card right about here, and then just grab it, take it with you, and then drop it off on your way home.
Suburban Trap Queen says, well, I'm going to go cry now. Don't do that. Don't cry. Start recruiting. Start putting out the words, some feelers. I don't know if you live in the suburbs or if you own a Suburban, but if you are indeed a Trap Queen, I'm sure you can find somebody to help this team out.
You can do it.
We believe in your networking power.
First down and goal for the Sabres.
Oh, fake, and he keeps it. Play action. He's going to roll. He throws it.
Back across his body. Does he have it? He does.
Touchdown, Sabres.
You know, that might be the most
And that was,
ill-advised but also athletic play that I have seen him make.
yeah, I think that was to Brig Johnson there, number 9.
Yeah, I mean, rolling left, throwing back right, across your body, across the field.
I think he could have had it too if he ran it in.
Yeah, I think he could have too.
That's the thing. So I'm like, but hey, he saw the opportunity,
Mhm.
took advantage of it. That's what great quarterbacks do. They don't want to hog the glory all for themselves. RJ for the kick. It is up, and it is good. Extra point is good.
Sabres now up 27-0 against the Black Tide. If you are tuning in and you haven't been watching the entire game, you've missed a lot. So, the Black Tide, already with low numbers coming into this game, has had to shuffle a lot of different things around, but due to penalties, specifically some ejections, the Black Tide has lost their QB1, Jared Hicks, and have also lost their starting cornerback, Antonio Sandoval, and have been moving players around since. We've got Austin Whiting, traditionally a receiver, number 22 at quarterback. We've got Ethan Sauer in the backfield playing running back. We've got all sorts of players in all sorts of places that they don't traditionally play backyard football for the Tide right now.
We have Larissa Lekpeck, I don't know how you say that last name, saying Austin Whiting is QB, Patrick Mahomes, ? I just did the briefest of introductions, and I went and found that you're actually engaged to Austin Whiting, so I think that may be a little bit of favoritism there.
only a
on
little
your
bit.
part. Also, if that makes him Patrick Mahomes, that would make you Brittany Mahomes. So
I mean, Larissa, you better watch out because I feel like I'm developing a little bit of a crush on Austin Whiting here, so got some competition.
we can trap him here for the rest of the day. No.
He's never coming home to you. I'm sorry. But honestly, I feel like he is doing a great job, especially under the circumstances.
Especially being thrown into it. And I don't know if they've done any practice with him in as QB or anything like that as well, especially since they had Jackio in there as first to back up. So
And who would it be but Austin Whiting, number 22,
to just take a knee right there.
for the
be
kickoff
smart,
return, your
and
current
just,
starting quarterback. Doing that, taking a quick knee, being smart.
Bradley Thomas says, when is the Tide going to put in their elite defense? You're about to see it right here, Bradley. You've spoken into fruition. Billy Fee says, good job to both teams. Very proud of you, Jaden. Talking about his son there.
Yeah, Jaden
Jaden.
Fee has done a great job. Lots of targets, some catches. Also been playing a little bit of defense too, I think.
I think playing corner.
Yep.
Oh, handoff here to go up the middle and get a gain of 3 there. We gain of 3, second down. Place them on the 33-yard line here. Their own territory.
Whiting in the backfield with Jackio and Barris. Ethan Sauer out in the wide receiver position.
Handoff to Jackio here.
Jackio to the right-hand side, makes a move, makes a spin, has a first down out near the 45-yard line.
That'll be good for 11 yards and get a first down.
Jackio gingerly walking back towards the huddle.
Yeah, he's been a big key component for the Tide all day today. He's been putting in a lot of work, so.
Indeed. Kickoff return, punt return, starting offense, starting defense. I'm assuming kickoff. So he has been on the field nearly the entire game.
Yeah. He's one of those true athletes out here, so.
2 minutes, 25 seconds, and rolling.
I think they need to make a snap play clock-wise.
Ten seconds on the play clock.
After this, well, takes a snap. Hand
Give
off
to
here.
Barris the left-hand side. Can he make the edge? He will not. And they will have a loss.
Flag on the field.
Not before we have a flag on the play.
We will also have a 2-minute timeout here.
I believe we're going to have a penalty that's going against the Sabres.
What? That doesn't happen.
Impossible. Yeah, I think we're going to have illegal hands to the face during that play. So So we will have the 2-minute warning. We will have a
Personal foul, illegal hands to the face. Number 56 of the defense. 15 yards, first down. This is the 2-minute warning.
Is number 56, Louis Andiano.
So the Black Tide will start off this 2-minute warning period with a first down inside Sabre territory. This will be the
And they got
best
marched
field
down the
position that Austin Whiting as quarterback has had.
2 minutes left. I believe in him to be able to do it, to score. We've not seen the Tide go scoreless in a long time.
Indeed, it has been a long time since a shutout. I mean, even against their loss to the Alphas last year, I still believe they had that safety. Whiting in the backfield takes the snap, looks for the give, pass to the left-hand side, ball is up. It will be intercepted by the Sabres. He will step out of bounds near the 20-yard line.
Flag on
And
the
an
field.
additional flag.
I'm surprised you almost didn't get a PI call on that one. It's close. I think we may or may not have taunting.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a taunting penalty against the Sabres. They will have they have the ball at the 20-yard line.
Dead ball after the interception. Unsportsmanlike conduct number 1 of the Sabres. That's his first towards 2 in disqualification. We'll go half the distance. It'll be first down.
There's Jace Mann there.
So Jace, a little bit of some attitude after the interception. Insult to injury, but you're going to pay for that with about 10 yards at the distance of the goal.
Yep.
So
So it could've
Sabres
been worse.
offense. Yeah,
Could have been
worse.
15.
Sabres offense, 1 minute 52 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. They are up 27 to 0 over the Tide.
They could almost knee it out if the Tide will let them. Which,
I believe,
if I'm 27 to 0, I would just.
well, at this point, what I really want is as many opportunities for Austin Whiting as possible before next week.
Mhm.
So if I get a chance to stop the clock, kill the clock, call a timeout here, I will.
We got a flag on the field. Flag on the field. I think did they try to whistle it dead, or did the flag come after the snap?
I think.
Ah.
Yeah, so
It
we'll have
was after
a
the snap,
formation penalty against the Sabres here.
which is gonna back them up.
5 more
And
yards.
they're gonna be, and it's at this line of scrimmage there, so it's gonna be 5. They're gonna be on the 5.
Well, and
Illegal formation. 5 players in the backfield on the offense. That penalty is declined. Results of the play. Second down.
Fine.
So-
no real gain there.
yeah, and the Black Tide, I mean, if what they're really worried about here is, can I get the ball back? Now, I'm assuming the Black Tide. No, not going to use any timeouts either. So, can I get the ball back? The answer to that question is, how many opportunities are the Sabres going to have with the ball? So, I don't want to give them any extra downs by accepting that penalty.
For those of you at home, next game will be starting around 3:45. By the way, we're going to give them 15 minutes to warm up here on the field, get used to their positions, just so you know. So by the end of this game, it'll be around 3:45-ish for that Warhawks Alphas game. We're going to have a handoff and a run up the middle here.
Ethan Sauer in on the tackle.
Be again a 5. Third down.
And this is likely going to be our final snap of the game.
If the Tide is not using any timeouts, you could pretty much just go into victory formation here. Just take the knee and call it a day. For those of you that are joining us, thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. We can't wait to see you guys for the next game. It has been a lot of fun this week. This was game of the week, by the way, and we'll see how the next game is. So, as they get this final snap off. I guess they could get technically delay a game and then just run the clock. It wouldn't matter either way too. But it's not what you'd want to do. So.
we got a timeout. Are they just trying to run a Hail Mary real quick? No, they got the delay game penalty.
Delay game on the offense, 5 yards, still third down.
Then the defense can decide if they want to run the clock or not, and they decided.
Well, and that's, you know, yeah, this game's over. So final score here, the Sabres 27, Black Tide 0. The answer to the question, can the Sabres finally defeat the Black Tide, has been answered, and that answer is yes. By a score at 27-0. So for everybody tuning in, thank you guys so much. We're going to be starting the third game, last matchup of the day. We will have the Warhawks and the Alphas playing here in about 15 minutes. We will see you soon.